So yeah, we started in 2015. We were a group of 9 friends that started the brewery. Yeah, I started in the industry by opening a craft beer bar with some friends in Norway. We had these big beer tanks on the wall, and people kept on asking us if we made our own beer there. And then after getting that question 3,000 times, we figured, let's go ahead, let's make our own beer brand. The friends that I met up and talked with that about was a convenient group. Had a few designers. There was an accountant, a lawyer, a plumber at the time that was great for the brewery. And together we came up with the idea of Oslo Brewing Company. The reason why we started it and like the problem we saw in the industry was that craft beer was like the label design and like it was hard to understand what you were drinking. And that was kind of the problem that we were trying to fix in a way and make craft beer and combine that with Scandinavian design, which is like simple, clean, and functional. So it's so you can see our design, like when you look at the bottle, you know what you're drinking, and that was kind of our mission with our design. That like when you look at the bottle, you know exactly what you're gonna get as far as a flavor profile, like what you're gonna get. Like you're not gonna see, like nothing against those brands, but like like a big picture of a monster or clown. It's like that. It's sometimes confusing for the consumer, and we want it to be simple and clean, and that's how we got started. And the brand itself, we're trying to like our tagline is putting Oslo on the map through beer, and we're really trying to sell the brand of Oslo, which Oslo has this, and Norwegians in general have this really unique connection to nature. So like, and we're trying to capture that. Like Oslo has, you can go to a museum, or you can go hiking in the woods, all with like a 15-minute train ride. So it's a really unique city, but it's and small and concise, but it's becoming as cool and well known as London or Tokyo or Taipei for that matter. Like it's we're really proud of it, and that's kind of what we're trying to sell. They went. My wife went to high school with all the other guys, and now we're a group of 25, and that's just been bringing on more family and friends and people that just believed in the brand, and it's just been a fun ride the whole way. So it's yeah.
Because I was mostly curious why Norway, but that may like answer the question.
Yeah.
It's okay. So you talk about like the functionality of the label, and you talk about like the Norway view of thinking about things about functionality, right, and simplicity and things like that. But how it works with the beer itself, like is there like a Nordic view?
Well, to say that it's Nordic, I don't think we're that unique as far as our strategy goes. Like we wanted to make easy drinking beers that people like. With any of the beers that we make, we want to make beers that people could drink six of. We don't make a ton of like these imperial stouts and porters that are 15%. Of course, do that, but just to a very small amount. Generally, our beer styles are really light, easy drinking, uncomplicated. That really captures the Scandinavian style, being pure and clean. And well, I don't think we're as confined. Like if you look at Germany or Belgium, for that matter, I think Germany is even a better example, because like Germany, if you go into Dusseldorf, for example, you're not going to find another beer than alt beer. Each region has like their specific beer, and people just stick to it. And in Norway, we can be a little bit different. We can be a little bit more playful and experimental. So I would say like our culture is a little bit similar to the Americans in that way, where we can kind of experiment a little bit more and have a little bit more fun. Even the bigger breweries are now experimenting a lot with, one of the biggest breweries in Norway just made a mango IPA that was a big hit. And then, I think that's a lot to do with our culture. People are willing to try new things and like to experiment.
And something interesting is that different beers uses different ingredients.
Yeah.
But one of the important one is water, of course.
Yeah.
So when you brew a beer, do you use your own local water?
Yeah.
What I'm curious about is like if you require like a soft water or like a hard water, would you change or modify the local water, or you will play with the ingredient to feed the water?
We do have to do water chemistry as well. We do that's not my field. The brewer is quite good at that. But yeah, of course, if we're making a double IPA, then we're gonna adjust the water chemistry to fit that profile. It's less that we have to do with Norwegian water. Norwegian water is great, and I think it really adds to our pilsners very well. Like the cleaner beers, I think come out really nice.
Hard water?
Yeah, for the most part, it's fairly hard, but it's yeah, it's we do have to adjust it.
Where do you procure, and if the conflict between Ukraine and Russia has impacted the prices, or?
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely affected. I think the biggest one was very unexpected. If you know key kegs, the bags inside the key kegs were from a producer from the Ukraine.
Wow.
And so then that's like when the Ukraine war started, like that just stopped keg production. It was so hard to get kegs. But the grains a lot come from Sweden, Belgium, Germany, and then we of course use Norwegian grains as often as possible. And hops as well. We try to keep some European, but and as close as possible. But American hops and New Zealand hops are delicious. So of course we do use those in our IPAs and our double IPAs and things like that. But yeah, we try and keep it as local as possible, and also feature local ingredients, especially Kvike yeast. We've been playing with quite a lot. That's a Norwegian product.
What do you repeat the name?
It's called Kvike yeast, so it's Kveik. And it's,
Yeah. I was thinking I pronounced it incorrectly because that's from that area, right?
yeah,
So I always pronounce it incorrectly. So that's the
Yeah.
first time I heard like the proper pronunciation. Yeah, I think I name it like Quake or something like that.
yeah, it's really good. It ferments out very quickly. Adds a lot of
It's
fruity
efficient,
flavors.
right?
Yeah, very efficient. So like I think oh, yeah, it cuts the production down quite a lot. So it's good for the breweries, and also it kind of releases a fruity flavor. So it's been really good for IPAs. But you can also ferment it cold as well, and then produce lager. So it's very versatile.
Is
And
there any flavor coming from it? Or?
no, it's well, you have to use like yeast nutrient. Like if you take care of it, like it goes like if you just let like a normal air L yeast go without any temperature controls, like that will of course produce less flavors. But with this, you can just let it go. And all.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember hearing people liking or trying to explore with it because it's quite dynamic or quite like friendly with what they produce.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Now you jump to the Asian market, right?
Yep.
So you said you have a couple of bars in Tokyo, was it?
Yeah, we have a couple bars in Tokyo, and then plans to open more in South Korea. We have our partner there, and then we're going to be opening hopefully next spring.
So I'm curious, it's like how did you decide to come to Asia to explore the market? So how did you play with this idea?
So that was a bit of a risky story. So when we first started in 2015, that was kind of at the boom of the craft beer industry in Norway. So
What year was that?
that's 2015.
Oh, okay.
And then there were breweries opening all over the place. And since I was very much in the craft beer industry at the time already, I knew a lot of the guys, and they invited us up. They offered to brew our beers the first couple of batches so we could do some test batches. And so those partnerships started, or it was contract brewing.
Oh, contra brewing.
And
okay.
then that strategy stuck, and we really liked it. And it gave us a lot of flexibility, learned a lot. And then we just wanted to see where the market was going, and we just stuck with that strategy. And there was a guy that was taking us around to different locations to look for a brewery site. a lot of different places in Oslo. That same guy happened to he happened to own Mikkeller Tokyo. Partnership with Mikkeller didn't work out, so then we took over Mikkeller's shares and then opened our bar in that location. And then that's been going really well since then. And then we opened the second one in Nihonbashi, and that's been
So the the one you say is the Shibuya.
Yeah.
Originally was Mikkeller.
yeah, that's right.
They closed.
Yeah.
And then you took over the spot.
That's right.
Oh, that okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I can imagine the area.
Yeah.
Okay. And so since you opened there, everything has been going smooth.
First 3 years, no, like because like we hadn't brewed a batch of beer, and we were following Mikkeller, which was a tough act to follow. They're like one of the best brewers in Europe. So it's we had to work really hard to build up a clientele and really work with the beer community to bring in customers. But we had a great manager after a few years, so it's he's really developed that community and really helped us out. And now it's going great, and that's what's allowed us to open a second bar. And the success there has interested the person in South Korea to open bars there. So it's had a domino effect. So it's great.
Okay. And today you're in Taiwan, right?
Yeah.
So how long you been here?
We've
already?
been distributing here since 2018, I think. Right? Yeah, 2018. Yeah.
Since I started.
Yeah. And that was because one colleague of ours, Jeff Wang, is from here. And he comes here all the time, and he met our distributor, Wei Hung, and and set that relationship up. And
Okay. And then now physically you been.
this is the first time I've been in Taiwan. So
And how many days you already stayed? Yeah. Or
Just around. I can only stay one day. I'm just like flying in and out.
Oh wow, that's fun.
Yeah.
So the little time you have had, so what's your impression of ABV and the scene, or what
It's
you
been
know?
really cool. It's been really impressive, the beer selection and how many beer bars there are. And actually my first impression is just people in general are so friendly here. It's been great.
Oh, that's great. So, and you mentioned the people. So, how do you think your beers can resonate or will resonate with the local people?
I think it's done quite well. We launched with our Oslo beer, which we originally made for Oslo Prime, and then we launched that here. That was the first beer we launched here in October, which is it's a month for Taiwan Taipei Pride. So like that's what we launched with, and so that was the kind of niche market that we're kind of going for, and then using that to develop further into the market.
How did it work?
That worked well. That first year was really great for us, and it's been it's been great ever since. So it's been
Well, that's a good reward.
But that's credit to having a great partner.
Oh, really? So I'm curious about one thing, and it's like, Asian culture about food is really big.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you have played with beer and food pairings at all.
Yeah.
And like during your stay in Asia, have you played with your beers, doing some beer pairings or anything?
A bit like in Oslo, we've done with there's in Japan we've done this. We paired that with a passion fruit vinaigrette on top of oysters.
Okay.
Just raw oysters, and just done that with Oslo, and that's been very, very good. And the lagers have gone well with yakitori. Done that a lot.
Okay.
And actually, the Dream Porter, we did an event with donuts.
Makes
Which
sense.
was,
The dessert.
Yeah. So that was really, because it's that one has a unique combination. It's very Scandinavian, milk chocolate and licorice, which is our first brewer was from Iceland, and then he wanted to make a beer that tasted like his favorite Icelandic chocolate bar, which was milk chocolate and licorice. So then we made that, and that's been really popular. And just once it goes on a menu, I usually say.
So for now, nothing with Taiwanese and food pairing, not yet.
No, it's I'm not that experienced with it, but yeah.
I think you could, well, you have the chance. There's like a famous, well, there are many famous dishes in Taiwan. Of course, you talk about like a yakitori.
Yeah.
In Taiwan will be like the chicken cutlets.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's also another which is like some people call it the Taiwanese burger called hua bao.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember I went to Michelin and played with a porter. So you could
Oh, I bet
consider
that would be great.
so maybe you can explore some of it
Yeah.
and add beer pairings to your Oslo lineup. And now
Yeah.
you have also one in Taiwan.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so that's quite interesting. Because I don't know many people playing with beer pairings,
Yeah.
but I wish more people will do it.
Yeah.
It's something I'm really passionate about.
Yeah. I really like that.
Okay, so
Yeah. It's I think it's easier than pairing with wine for sure.
yeah,
I mean,
well, most of Garrett Oliver, I still follow his guidance. So
yeah.
cheese and beer,
Yeah.
and whatsoever, or chocolate desserts, anything, anything
Yeah.
with beer. So you already see ABV.
Yeah.
We want to bring beers from all the world here with our own cuisine.
Yeah.
So, do you think Oslo and ABV have any shared values? Uh, and if so, which one do you think they are? And also, uh, do you have like you mentioned about Oslo, your brewery about showing Oslo from the brewing culture,
Yeah.
and so you want also to promote beers from all around, right?
Yeah.
So what do you, aside from Asian market, how do you also want to expand the view about beer?
What that's kind of our target market. We're trying like we try to communicate to this one group of people that are kind of food curious, and I think you guys probably relate to that. You know, like people that are usually lager drinkers, don't really experiment, but are like curious about craft beer and curious to try new things, and they just need a little bit of guidance. So it's giving them that, you know, a Norwegian blonde with your fried chicken special, for example, like, you know, and like guiding them, saying that that would be a great combination. I think you should try that, and someone getting excited about that. I think that's really where what we're trying to do, like just trying to expand the culture and yeah, for a shared value. I think like just talking to you now, like I think that's probably something you share as well.
Okay. Uh, so well, you're in the foreign in different countries. Like, there's any the brand itself. Is there anything you want to aspire?
Well, our tagline is putting Oslo on the map through beer, and that's kind of like what we do with every decision that we make. We really try to live that, and we really want to make Oslo a very well, like through beer, make Oslo a well-known brand, and you know, show people what Oslo has to offer, and that's what we live for. It's fun to be in new countries and really spread the word.
And also in terms of the beer culture itself, you want to also promote. Is there anything specifically like well, you mentioned earlier about the lagers and the guidance.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to like show to the people about how beer can be?
I think like that beer isn't just something that like you chug with your buddies. It can be more refined. Like it can replace wine. Like it it does pair well with food. Like as many times that people try and do that, like it you know, fine dining always leans towards wine. But if we can make beers and like really focus on the food pairings and really educate more people on that, I think if we can make beer and food be more normal, I think we'd be really happy.
Sit in the same table.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Similar beers to mine too.
Yeah.
So, if you want to introduce your beers to the local people, like
Yeah.
what would you say? Like,
Yeah. So Norwegian Blonde was the first beer we've ever made. Um, and it's been popular. I think it has more to do with the name than the beer itself. It's an American blonde beer, just supposed to be easy drinking. This was an ale version of a pilsner, but we dry hopped it with Citra and whole melon, which kind of gives it like a strawberry and melon type combination. So it's been popular. We love it, and also been it's been doing really great. Um, the Dream Porter, talked about this a little before. But yeah, that was our first brewer was from Iceland, and he wanted to make a beer that reminded him of his first of his favorite candy bar, which is Draumir, which is from Iceland. And so we made that. It's a Scandinavian combination with milk chocolate and licorice. Um, and that's been really popular. That's the one recipe we've not tweaked or done anything to since we first brewed it. It's always been the same, and we're just been very proud of it, and it's been great. Everything else you have to kind of dial in, like a little bit, like change when the hops go in, change a grain out, change like one thing at a time. You you alter things a little bit, but Dream Porter's been we hit that right, and we just kept going with it. It's the Oslo. That's been in every international market that we've gone through. We've launched with that product because the Oslo Pride Festival in Norway, we're very proud of. It's something that's, um, it really includes everyone. Like my son will go to that and, put rainbow on his face and, you know, just enjoy the day like it's any other holiday. And there's um, nothing strange or weird or anything about it. It's just like a fun family holiday celebrating love, and it's great.
Not like a carnival.
Yeah, exactly. So it's and I really love that vibe that Oslo Pride has caught, and it's really celebrating a community, and it's just all about inclusivity,
No.
and that really is in tune with the values that our company has. So that beer we're very proud of, and so that's been the beer that we launch in every international market. It's been going great. And then then moving down the line,
Cream.
yeah. Then Old Americana is that's an American style beer that it's called a cream ale. So like historically, like German brewers went to the U.S. and brewed this beer, but they couldn't find the right grains, so they had to use corn and mainly corn and also ale yeast. And so you have to ferment that warmer, but they brewed it with a German style, so it's still very much a pilsner, but a little bit sweeter, a little bit more fruity, and I love that style. But it's also a bit strange to sell because if you say like cream ale on it, people always think there's cream in it. And it's just not at all that.
You mentioned the same issue. We have like many people think about cream ale, think about butter or something.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's more like a more flavorful international or American lager,
Yeah, exactly.
but like very quenchable, but
Yeah.
with lots of flavors. So
Yeah.
I have the same feeling as you. It's really nice, but people get a lot of weird ideas from it. So.
Yeah. So it's so some of the beers that we make are simply because I'm a little stubborn and just want to like push something through, and this is an example of that.
It's not common to find it. So, but it's really nice to have some of them, especially in summer.
Yeah. Then the Rugby Blood was supposed to be a one-off, so that's made for the 17th of May, which is like Norway's Constitution Day, which is kind of like our big holiday. And then and on the 17th of May, you usually have you meet up at 9 in the morning before the parade starts, and you have a glass of prosecco with your friends and have a nice breakfast. Then you go down to the parade, and then it's it's a bit of a downhill kind of drinking fest after that. But it's a lot of fun that day. But we wanted to make a beer that kind of tasted like sparkling wine. So we use hops, Centennial, Nelson, and Hallertauer Blanc. that gave it kind of that gooseberry, kind of New Zealand winey kind of vibe. It's still very much a lager, but it just had that twist to it. So it was like a hoppy lager with a twist in a story. So that's and yeah, from a one-off, I think yeah, our distributor here, Gavin, has and is the reason why it's a year-round beer, because he's kind of brought that to the market here, and then Japan picked up on that and started selling it. Now it's a great export product.
Also, Taiwan affected Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't. That's
Yeah.
cool.
That's so it's been a great product.
And is it gluten free?
Yeah, that one's also gluten
So
free.
that's even more,
Yeah,
more
yeah,
interesting for.
Yep. And that with that also helped make it drier, which gave it more of that kind of dry white wine kind of feel. This one's Cheeky Chap, right? Yes, Cheeky Chap. So this,
English IPA.
yeah, that was an English IPA. So that was English IPA that we made. We had a range of IPAs, and we just wanted to try an English IPA. Like this one is a one-off, so like it comes in and out of the portfolio. So it's and we haven't done that ever really. That was the one that we did, and it was yeah, it was great. Like, you know, sometimes you're in the mood for like a West Coast IPA, light and bitter, and this one's just more round and mild and easygoing. And it's I think if it says it on the front of the can and can really explain to people what you get in an IPA can, I think that's important, because if you just look at an IPA can, like it can be such a range of flavors, so you can never just say that I like IPAs, because that's such a wide category.
Yeah.
It's yeah, so it's this is just another take on the IPA belt that we've done. We've done a lot of IPAs, so Cheeky Chap was one of those. Happy with that.
And the last one.
Yeah,
the last
so
one
this
is
is
the same.
Oslo again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Well, great.